Hey, what's up, you filthy casuals? My name is Renzo.
And my name is Poch.
So 2019 gave us one heck of a year of original movies, dude. We had such great examples of fresh original stories coming to life. We had Midsommar, we had The Lighthouse, we had High Life, we had Portrait of a Lady on Fire, so much more to name, and of course our favorite from last year, probably Parasite.
So good.
We did want to look forward, look ahead, brand new decade, brand new year, the year of our good Lord 2020. So we decided to take a couple of movies that we're super excited about from this year and tell you why you should be excited about it as well. So welcome to the we didn't talk about this. The something movies recommends you good movies to look out for in 2020
and be excited about it because it's coming out
in 2020.
So first up, we have one of the hard-hitting directors in cinema to date, Christopher Nolan, coming out with Tenet. If you watch the trailer, actually, both me and Renzo here are kind of avoiding trailers.
We're anti-trailer.
Yeah,
we're anti-trailer.
Anti-spoilers, most of all.
That's true.
Because I'm pro this trailer, because you can watch this trailer and it won't give you that much in terms of plot or what it's all about.
Yeah, I think Christopher Nolan is someone we can trust when it comes to cutting up his trailers and releasing his trailers, because if we look at Inception, that didn't give away much from the story and we were still just left mind-bent. I think the same could be said for Tenet. A lot of very strange visuals and physics-breaking movements in the trailer, and it just looks like one big question mark, but we are super excited about it.
Obviously, cinematographer is Hoyt van Hoytema.
Obviously.
If you're familiar with his work in Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Let the Right One In, he has very stunning imagery. A lot of this actually is built a lot on suspense, I believe. Whenever Christopher Nolan has something to show the world, it becomes just an event where you actually have to watch it in the cinema.
Even Dunkirk. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad movie, but compared to his sci-fi stories, Dunkirk is pretty straightforward. It's a film about World War II, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of people are actually speculating that, there's gonna be some sort of twist here. There's gonna be like some time travel.
It's the same universe as Inception and Interstellar. Like, no, it's really just about war and about these soldiers. But still, everybody came out in droves to see it. He can rake in hundreds of millions of dollars.
And another thing I'm looking forward to is he's working with Robert Pattinson. Now, I've been a believer in him, not because of Twilight, but because of Good Time. It was such a good movie because this is where Robert Pattinson actually shines in indie movies. And for Christopher Nolan to give him a nod and the green light that he wants to bank on a big project, I believe Tenet is actually one of the biggest budget movies he has to date. And him actually having John David Washington of the Black Klansman
and anyone else really that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
And Robert Pattinson leading this movie, it's gonna be a good one.
Robert Pattinson is someone who just had a really bad start with Twilight. It's not his fault, it's the material's fault. Same with Kristen Stewart, dude.
That's true.
Well, I got to see Underwater just a couple of days ago. She killed it in that one, she killed it in Charlie's Angels, and we're seeing the same thing with Robert Pattinson. Last year he was in The Lighthouse, and he killed that role as well, so we're so excited to see the future of these two Twilight powerhouses and what they have in store for us in 2020, and that's why Tenet is the first up on our list. Up next, we have Color Out of Space coming from Richard Stanley. Actually, this is a movie that's coming out literally...
Hi, Renzo here. Since recording this video, Color Out of Space has come out in theaters, but under the name The Paranormal instead. For some reason, it's super weird.
Came out, I believe, last September in the Toronto International Film Festival, but it is going to get its wide theatrical release.
It's in theaters now. Look for The Paranormal.
We're so excited for this. Not only is it an adaptation of the H.P. Lovecraft story, The Color Out of Space, it also stars Nicolas Cage, who has been killing it lately in the strange horror game because he himself is kind of a strange horror entity.
I know what this is! Luke's trying to stop me out because of his crazy little nephew being around! Well, vive la f***ing France, man!
Well, I mean, Renzo's a big fan of Mandy. I need to still watch it to appreciate what it is, but if it's gonna be a trippy, Lovecraftian horror fest, then I'm in for the experience. But again, I have my hesitations, but you know what? This is something to look forward to because it's an experience.
Yes.
And you know what? Every time Nick Cage comes out, I mean,
he's magnetic.
He's
really magnetic. And I feel like eldritch horror has really found its place in the cinema as of recent years. We saw it with The Lighthouse from last year, and we're seeing it again with Color Out of Space. After they had finished wrapping this film, director Richard Stanley had already started working on the Dunwich Horror. It's also an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft story, and he's actually planning to build a Lovecraft universe of films.
That is a universe I'd really love to see.
But it is tricky because when it comes to H.P. Lovecraft stories, a lot of his monsters and his monstrosities are described as indescribable and imperceivable, to the point where it's hard to put it on film. If you're really trying to portray it visually, I feel like there's no amount of grotesquerie or strange imagery that can justify a Lovecraft eldritch creature in front of you. It's also very concerning to me because, you know, you risk disappointing a lot of people who are expecting this horrific, mind-bending horror, but really all you're seeing is a specific vision from the director. So hopefully they tackle it correctly, but considering the fact that Richard Stanley's mother was a great fan of H.P. Lovecraft and actually drove him to create these films, it makes me think that we're in good hands.
You have films like The Thing that did that cosmic horror thing in the right element, and you have thing like Bird Box that kind of just... I brought it up. I'm bringing up Bird Box in this video.
This isn't a Bird Box reference. This is like, I hated that movie.
Yeah, it's really bad. So again, it's two sides to the coin here. Something to look forward to and also be concerned about because again, I believe H.P. Lovecraft shines so well if he plays with your imaginations. These cosmic horror things, if you actually see one, you can't fathom it and you start to lose your mind and your brain explodes. Now we're gonna see that on screen. Our minds gonna explode.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I gotta say, The Thing did such an awesome
It did.
job. My God, I love that movie
John
so
Carpenter,
much. Yeah,
yeah.
the John Carpenter thing was so good. That is going in the right direction
Yes.
of portraying something as horrific as an imperceivable cosmic horror. We're very excited about that nonetheless. That's why Color Out of Space lands second in our list. Up next, we have another horror entry because, man, we're big fans of horror, and last year we got some great horror treats, of course, like Midsommar. This one is called The Lodge, and it's coming from directors Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala.
Nailed it.
Thank you very much. Notably, they did Goodnight Mommy, which was a gem from a couple of years ago.
It's a great movie. Please watch it.
It is a great movie. We're very excited to see what they have next. Again, this is a movie that came out July 2019, but in the festival circuit. It will be getting its wide theatrical release in February, if I'm not mistaken, February 7 to be exact. We're very excited about The Lodge because not only is it a follow-up to Goodnight Mommy, it's also being cinematographized, which is
A word.
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
It's a word. By Thimios Pakatakis.
Nailed the landing once again.
I don't think I did. Cinematographer of movies like The Killing of a Sacred Deer, The Lobster, and one of my personal favorites, I know you found it super weird, but Dogtooth.
Don't watch Dogtooth.
The visuals,
so
the
weird.
visuals in Dogtooth were so unsettling and unnerving that I feel like Mr. Bakatakis can work very, very well with both Fiala and Franz in their vision of very, very strange, unsettling horror. Again, we did not look up a lot of what these detailed plots are because, again, they have been released in the past and we're trying to keep ourselves shrouded in mystery until we get to see it. The fact alone that these directors have conceived Goodnight Mommy, and are now also working on The Lodge, we're very excited to see what they have in store for us in terms of horror. So, The Lodge lands number 3 on our list of movies you should watch out for in 2020, out February 7, 2020.
Don't watch Dogtooth. And we are wrapping up this list with an Edgar Wright movie. He is back, ladies and gentlemen, after his smash hit Baby Driver with Last Night in Soho. Now, Edgar Wright, similar to my Christopher Nolan pick, is sort of in that same category of keeping things from the audience. He doesn't want to give too much away. But Last Night in Soho, it's gonna be out in September 2020. All we know is a modern day girl meets a 60s lounge singer. The poster actually looks kind of dark, so this might be a return to form from his Shaun of the Dead days.
Right, but it is described as a psychological horror film as opposed to Shaun of the Dead's comedy zombie film. So I'm
Exactly.
not sure if Edgar Wright's gonna go full-on psychological horror, but if he does, it'll be very interesting to see someone who's really just dabbled in comedy and somewhat action with Baby Driver to tackle something as mentally heavy as a psychological horror film. But Edgar Wright knows his visual storytelling. He knows how to tell a story through the images that he produces.
Very true.
So I'm very excited to see what he has in store for us. I'm also a little worried because I feel like he won't be able to keep in that comedic side of it.
I'm
so
sure
it might spill out every
If
now
you
and then.
guys want to check out YouTube, type in Edgar Wright Don't.
Don't. If you are thinking of opening this door, don't.
So I don't know if he's gonna go full on fanboy mode and just
Right,
like you can see the references he's gonna make, or he's gonna have a complete style of his own because he's been doing that with a lot of his movies. But I just have to say that our list has to do a lot with mental horror.
That's true. We really like horror movies. Not that we don't have a hard time appreciating the more serious, finer taste of things. It's just more that horror excites us. And
True.
there's a lot coming out this year, but this is just a very short list of a long list of films that you should go out and check out as well because we encourage people watching our videos to research yourself and to go out and discover things by yourself. We're just here to help make it easier along the way.
For sure, and we're here also as fans of movies and as fans of horror. As you can see that all of these movies have some element of horror or thriller in them.
Right.
So we do implore you filthy casuals out there to watch more movies. Let us know what you want to see.
So folks, there you have it. A couple of movies that you should be excited about in 2020, courtesy of Something Something Movies. Again, my name is Renzo.
And my name is Poch.
You can follow us on Twitter. It's at Renzosaurus for me.
@_Poch Spice for me.
At Something Something Movies on Instagram. And again, don't forget to like us on Facebook, Something Something Movies. We'll be posting more content, more movie quickies, and we're so excited to get into this new decade and into the new year of 2020 with you, watching all these amazing movies and talking about it online.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a filthy casual, so please do comment and also let us know what you want to see, because right now we're just going with what we want to see as well.
Yeah, and again, folks, we'll see you next time, you filthy casuals.